Welcome back. This is Trent with Faith Takes Flight. We are continuing to modify our Coachmen Brookstone 395rl. Today we're working on getting a washer-dryer combo unit put in. And I thought it'd be good to video this because I made a few mistakes. And you may as well learn from my mistakes. Don't do the same thing we did. So this Brookstone, we're up in the master bedroom right now, in the closet, in the front of the coach, and it already is prepped for washer dryer, and it has on this side water hookups and a drain exit and a power outlet. What it doesn't have is a vent. They expect you to put the vent in wherever it's going to work best for you. So all the hookups are on this side of the closet, so we figured, well, that's where our washer dryer is going to go. So I tore the shelf out that was in there. We got the washer dryer in, and it was a bit larger than we thought it was going to be. And the door opened the wrong way. The door opened from the inside like this out here. So we'd have to like reach around the door to try and put clothes in it. So that wasn't going to be very convenient, and the door wasn't reversible in this model. We got a real common one that a lot of people have. It's a Splendide or a Splendide WD 2100. It's a combo 2-in-1 washer dryer, but it is a vented unit. So well, it wasn't going to fit there. So we thought about, well, should we put it in the center of the RV? And then we take out the doors to our closet and just have a curtain there. Yeah, that's a possibility. What if we moved it all the way to the other side of the closet? And that won out. So I'm working on putting the washer in on this side. And one of the first things I needed to do was to drill the vent hole for it, and that's a 4-inch hole. It's a common dryer vent. They're all 4 inches, and what you want to do is you're going to need a handy dandy 4-inch hole saw. This is just a Milwaukee hole dozer. I don't know if they think there's a bulldozer on your hole saw or what, but anyway, it's a 4-inch hole saw. And I did a pilot hole. Everything that I had read said drill your pilot hole first. Figure out where you think it's got to go. Do your pilot hole. Obviously first take some measurements off of a window. Make sure that you're not going to be coming out in a wrong part on the back on your RV. But when you get it all figured out, do your pilot hole just to make sure. And do the pilot hole with a real small drill. So I did the pilot hole. Everything looked good. I wasn't coming out in the wrong place. I came back in here and I realized I had taken all my measurements based on this washer and dryer being on that side of the closet. Well, you'll notice the vent is off center. So when I measured it on that side, I didn't take account for it's going to be completely reversed on this side. So don't make that mistake like I did. So everything is correctable, luckily. I had already drilled my 4-inch hole. Actually, I had already drilled my pilot hole. And once you've got a pilot hole in, the only thing you can move around is within this 4 inches. If you're off a little bit, you can move that pilot hole, correct for it. But we're talking like a foot off. So I had to finish up and put my 4-inch hole going out. So I did that, tried to figure out, okay, how am I gonna keep this washer dryer as far back as possible? Because I can certainly run my dryer venting out here in a flexible tube, make it turn a corner and then come back out again. But you're gonna have to have a pretty good gap in the back of your washer dryer. It's gonna have to be pulled away from the wall quite a ways to make that work. So they make these dryer vents. They're these little periscope things. And what they do is they make it only just a couple of inch gap, and they allow it to hug the wall. So if you come around here, take a look in here, you'll see what I've done. See, the dryer vent hole that I originally put in is right here. This is where I need it to be. So they make these wonderful periscope things. And this one, actually, I had to modify because it was much larger. And I just took 10 snips and took them apart and cut them down so that they're much shorter. But now we'll be able to slide our dryer in, have the vent here, and it will just vent out here and then go outside. So that problem will be solved. So don't make the same mistake as us. All of our cords, like the cord for the wastewater from the washer dryer and the hot cold cords, I'm just gonna tack them up along this shelf and run them to the other side of the closet. Another good reason why we wanted the washer dryer on this side is I'm building a bigger battery bank so that we can dry camp longer. That gets pretty heavy. That's all going to be on that side of the RV in front. So if we place the washer and dryer on the opposite side, that will also help balance out the weight. If we had put them both on the same side, that would make that side even heavier yet. Another advantage to having it on this side, most fifth wheels, coaches that you go into, they have automatically set it up on this side, because as you'll notice in our bedroom, this is the aisle to come into the bedroom and walk at the base of the bed. On the other side, you would have had to go around the bed or kind of work across the bed to get into it. So I think this will work better either way. So that's about it. I'll get it hooked up and I'll show you the outside as well, what that looks like, and give you some pointers there. Thank you. All right, so here we are on the outside of the RV. We're on the front cap, and here is where the hole came out for the dryer vent. Now when I started drilling that hole, the 4-inch one, after I had the pilot hole, you want to start on the inside first and drill your 4-inch hole there, because if you end up running into a stud or something, it is much easier to fix that than if you had drilled the wrong hole on the outside and messed up your fiberglass on the outside. So start your 4-inch hole on the inside, then come to the outside and finish it up. And there we go, we got it all caulked in and it matches pretty well. Come inside here, show you the finished install as well. Even though we got it sucked up tight against that back wall with that telescoping vent, still does stick out a little bit. So a friend of mine, he had a great idea, which should probably have been done no matter what, is to first set it on a good sturdy board. It makes it much easier to move the washer and dryer around. Also, we can then secure the washer and dryer to the board, and then the board gets screwed down into the platform that it's on. So it's a much more stable environment. You know, when you're going down the road, this whole fifth wheel is rocking and bouncing, and that just keeps the washer and dryer secure really well. Hope you enjoyed this install. Check us out on Faith Takes Flight. If you like these videos, we're going to try and keep them coming. Subscribe down below. Thanks.